Hello, Scorpio. How are you today? I hope that all is well with you. Thank you for coming to my channel, Divine Nudges, where we work on listening to our intuition, tuning into our intuition, trusting our intuition. Scorpio, I thought that you could use some motivation today. Full disclosure, I'm a Scorpio myself, and I can certainly use some. So, we are in this together. We are in this together, and I am hoping to motivate myself as I ask the universe for messages, loving, guiding, protective, divine messages to get the Scorpio collective inspired today, motivated today, um, and to lift up the spirits of the Scorpio collective. So, with that being said, Infinite Spirit, God of love and light, I welcome you into my home today and every single day. I ask that you provide the Scorpio collective with messages of inspiration, motivation, healing, high vibration, protection, divinity. How is it that our Scorpios need to be motivated today, Spirit? What motivational messages do you have for Scorpio today? The card that just came out is how many times have we caused ourselves pain because we failed to pause and think? How would my best self view and respond to this situation? How many times have we caused ourselves pain because we failed to pause and think? How would my best self view and respond to this situation? Okay, Scorpio. So it makes sense. If you're thinking negatively, if you're doubting yourself, if you're doubting your path forward, your future, on your best day, how would you tackle a situation? How would you view it? And I know that Scorpios are really good about showing up for our loved ones and being inspiring for them and uplifting them and healing them. And oftentimes, when we show up for others, we show up as our best selves because in doing so, we're able to place ourselves in a space where we can provide that healing energy to them, that high vibratory energy that they need in that moment to lift their spirits. So that is the you that needs to show up for yourself today, Scorpio. The best self that shows up for your loved ones to ensure that their mental health, physical health, spiritual health is optimal, Scorpio. What other motivation do we have, universe? What other motivating messages? What does Scorpio need to know today, universe? Messages of healing, guidance, protection, inspiration. What other messages of inspiration do we have for Scorpio today, Spirit? What other messages do we have for Scorpio today, Spirit? The next message is we do not need to await more resources. We need to act and we will find abundance comes to us. Scorpio, we can be perfectionists, and more than that, we can have really controlling energy where we feel like things need to be just so before we get started. I wouldn't say Scorpios are risk takers because Scorpios like to know that they're going to win, or that they're going to be successful. It's more of an efficiency thing because Scorpio doesn't like to waste their time. But the irony is that we can often procrastinate which is another way to waste time. We procrastinate because we're waiting for things to be perfect. We procrastinate because we're waiting for things to look how they think we should look before we should take action or get started or before we feel safe enough to move forward. So today, the universe is saying, stop procrastinating, Scorpio, and just start. This is a message I've been hearing a lot. I've been seeing it a lot on social media, been seeing it a lot from other YouTube readers, Scorpio. So the universe is really trying to drive that message home for the Scorpio collective. The joyous masters know that amid all the chaos and conflict, all the hurry and wickedness of the world, there is something solid within that is beautiful and steady and good. So, Scorpio, you may be doubting your ability to stand out. You may be doubting your ability to really have an impact on the world considering the state of it. And there's so much going on. There's so many energies. You look online, you look to your left, you look to your right, and everyone's doing something. And you may just be wondering, where do I fit in all of this in the grand scheme of things? But you have something beautiful and something steady and something good here to offer the world. So the universe doesn't want you to be discouraged thinking that what you do won't matter. The next one is any plunge into the unknown is reckless, but that's where the treasure lies. So this is leap of faith energy. This is taking a risk, taking a risk. The universe is saying that, you know, and I'm just going to freestyle this because I can't think of the way the saying goes, but the only failure is not taking action to begin with. That's really the only way that you can fail, because you will never be able to see what treasure lies ahead if you're just standing still. And last, it says to stand emotionally open before the world and give our hearts without fear of hurt or demand or reciprocity. This is the ultimate act of human courage. So, Scorpio, this to me talks to me about progress. I, for one, am the type of Scorpio that when I invest my energy, my time, and my intention into something, I like to see immediate progress. This is the universe saying, do it for the love of it, do it for the adventure of it, do it for how you might grow, do it for how you might impact others. But if you're looking for results immediately, you may think you're not making any progress when you actually are. Because if you think about it, failed attempts, mistakes, they're still leading you to progress. One of my favorite quotes is, the only difference between the master and the student is that the master has failed more times than the student has tried. And so in failing, there is growth, there is progress, there is learning, there's development. Okay. So those are your motivational messages for today. I'm going to pull, I'm being drawn to give the Scorpio collective some love messages as well. I feel that love is on Scorpio's heart. Some Scorpios may be feeling lonely. Others may need some guidance in their current relationship. So let's see what love messages the universe has for Scorpios. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Scorpio Collective, for showing up today. Okay, Scorpio, it says here, take your power back. Take your power back. You are giving someone control over how you feel. Your happiness should only depend on you, Scorpio. So that is, that's a message if I've ever heard of one, Scorpio. So, I think this card says it all. I really don't think I need to say anything else. You're giving someone control over how you feel. Your happiness should only depend on you. I think that's pretty straightforward, Scorpio. And I think that you know what to do with that. It says here, keep the door open. Don't be so focused on a closed door that you don't see the ones which open for you. So this is where you take your power back. This is where you take control of your happiness, is knowing that you don't have to put your eggs all in one basket. A lot of times, Scorpio, we see the object of our affection and we immediately become obsessed with it. And we're such a loyal and devoted um, uh, sign. We're such a loyal and devoted sign, Scorpio, that, we're even automatically loyal to those that do not ask for our loyalty. We become loyal to our affection, our obsession, if you will, Scorpio. But keep the door open. Just because someone catches your attention, just because someone catches your interest, doesn't mean that there aren't other opportunities. Sometimes we distract ourselves way too much because there's some particular aspect of someone, their energy, their appearance, their sex appeal, that we're so focused on. We become so fixated on it, that getting it becomes all that's important to us. Conquering it becomes all that's important to us. And the fact of the matter is that this one person may have one or two, attractive qualities, but, you're shutting all the doors where someone who has the most important quality, which is the emotional availability and the willing to reciprocate. Those qualities are more important than those that we find alluring in others. The ones that we find alluring in others are usually the trap. Um, and so it says here, pay attention to the red flags, and so when we become fixated on an object of our affection, we tend to ignore those red flags, right? But it says here, know the warning signs of what an unhealthy connection looks like. And Scorpio, we know that already. We know what an unhealthy connection looks like, you know. But if there's any doubt in your mind, an unhealthy connection is one that causes you to feel insecure, that causes you to question your standing with the person, that makes you feel as if you're alone when you're in the presence of another, one where you're not feeling reciprocated, your efforts, your affection is not feeling reciprocated, you're not feeling valued. Okay, those are all of the red flags in a connection there. And if that's not enough, it's someone who lacks self-awareness, someone who's self-absorbed, someone who doesn't appreciate the level of affection that you are offering them. Honor it and value it. There's so many red flags. um, there's so many red flags that exist that, sometimes they fade into the background, but they're all valid. They're all valid. So pay attention, most importantly, to how you feel on the inside. Once you get past that initial, oh, they're so attractive, oh, they're so alluring, oh, I want them, I want them, I want them. What are you left with after that, after you reach out to them, after you attempt to connect with them, after you interact with them? That's where the red flags and the green flags are. Also, Scorpio, pay attention to your tendencies, your own red flags. The fact that, as I just said, you may become easily fixated on someone or something and then ignore those red flags. The fact that you've already been down this path before, maybe, and that you've already made up your mind as to what you want, you know, to feel like in a relationship. And then your willingness to ignore that when, someone walks in the room and now you're lonely. Are you the same person when you're lonely that you are when you're empowered and you're feeling well accompanied? If you're not, go back to the person that you are when you're feeling empowered, because if you're making decisions when you're feeling lonely, you're making them from a place of lack. Okay, Scorpio. So I'm going to now pull some cards from a career deck. So let's shift away from love, Scorpio, and let's talk a little about your career, your finances, your path forward, Scorpio. So let's see if we can kind of get it all in today. Get these messages all in, Scorpio. I just saw the saving face card, Scorpio. Is someone saving face around you at work, Scorpio? Pay attention to that, because saving face might be mean throwing you under the bus, okay? What came out? Locked. Work you want may not be in reach now. You can take a temp position while awaiting an opening. Your new place offers job security, Scorpio. So some of you may have been, filling out applications, not getting the jobs that you've been applying for. Maybe some of you have been, hoping for a promotion, or, some sort of something that you have your eye on, Scorpio. But the universe saying that right now is not the time. It may not be in reach. And so the universe doesn't want you to be stuck waiting and hoping that something is going to change. Instead, the universe is calling you to action. It says you can take a temporary position while you're waiting for the opening. Your new place offers job security. So I see, Scorpio, where there is potential for a new job here. With job security. So if there are some of you who are laid off right now or who aren't working right now, I think this is a good sign that you can find a job that will offer you job security. The next card, Scorpio, is protection. What the heck is going on at work, right? It says here you are being protected from deceit and from situations that no longer serve you. Lie low for a while and you will be shown the truth. So don't cause any waves. Don't make any splashes, Scorpio. Just lie low for a while. Clock in, do your job, go home. Don't stand out. Don't feel like, oh, you have to show up and I hate to say this, but you're not in a competition right now, Scorpio. The universe is telling you to just lay low for a while, because there's something that you're being protected against. And so if you make too much noise, you may interfere with that protection, Scorpio. The next card that came out is authority. It says here, clashes with the boss or a challenge to your power will compel you to respond. Choose peaceful solutions if you can. So, Scorpio, this is something that's been coming up a lot in a lot of readings, where it says, someone may be trying to trigger you. Someone may be trying to anger you, and don't let them get to you, Scorpio. So, with this protection card, it tells me that this person is really powerless. There's really, the only power they have over you is the power that you give them, the power that you give them to mess with your mind, to take up any mental real estate, anything like that, Scorpio. But this person doesn't really have any real power. So protect your peace, right? If this person tries you, if they try to trigger you, if they try to anger you, just let it roll off your shoulders, because that's more of a reflection of really how intimidated they might be by you, or just how miserable they are and how they want, you know, you know how they say misery loves company. So they may want your company. Like they may want you to feel the same way that they're feeling. Okay. The last card here says flexibility. You'll need to see in the dark to maneuver the coming changes. While it seems extreme, just hang in there. This too shall pass. And here we have a bat. And bats can't really see in the dark, right? They use sonar sound. So they go by vibrations that bounce off of walls, and that's how they navigate into the dark. So keep your ears open. Um, this might be a time where things aren't what they seem. So you can't believe as much of what you see, as much you can't really believe what you see as much as you believe what you hear, Scorpio. So just be careful. Because things might not be revealed to you, but maybe in a conversation, someone might slip up and say something that they didn't necessarily mean to say. So just pay really close attention to the conversations that are taking place, right? Because people aren't going to purposely expose anything to you, but they may mistakenly slip up and say something and give you some clues that will let you know what's going on. Okay. And so you're gonna need to be able to tune into those senses in order to maneuver the coming changes, Scorpio. People aren't going to be straightforward with you at this time, Scorpio. So it looks like this is very much about what you have going on currently, Scorpio. I'm not really seeing, too much future movement. Other than where it says here, your new place offers job security. So, to me, that tells me to keep your spirits up and to stay positive about what's coming next, Scorpio. If you are in a position where, you are going through some changes at work, what's coming next it looks like it's going to be promising, Scorpio. I'm going to pull some cards from the Psychic Tarot. Oh, look at that. There is an angel card mixed in here. An angel from the Angel Answers deck. I'm going to leave it there. I am going to leave it there. Didn't do that on purpose, but somehow it's here. So let's see. Let's see if it comes out. That's exciting. That's exciting. Let's see if it comes out. Infinite Spirit, God of Love and Light. What final messages do we have for Scorpio? The Awareness card came out, Scorpio. This is also the Magician card in the regular tarot. But this is someone who has heightened awareness, someone who can see clearly. Scorpio, it did come out in the reverse for me, Scorpio. So just be very aware of your surroundings. Keep your head on a swivel. But really, what I'm getting, Scorpio, is that you have a heightened sense of awareness right now, Scorpio, um, that you need to use, and it's being heightened for a reason. Scorpio, the Patience card came out, Scorpio. So, you know, you may need to be patient, Scorpio. Um, you may be waiting on something, someone may be testing your patience, Scorpio, and this is what you may not be aware of. Maybe that's why it came out in the reverse. Someone may be trying to test your patience, Scorpio, or it's just really needed at this time, Scorpio, for your own state of mind. Okay. And I see here, Scorpio, where you're feeling down. There's some emotional loss here that's showing up. There's which is usually the Five of Cups energy, Scorpio. So be careful that in being impatient about something, right, that um you're not creating pain for yourself, Scorpio. You're not creating a little bit of unhappiness and misery here. Here we have rejoice and celebration, which is the Three of Cups card, Scorpio. So it's interesting because in the Five of Cards and the Five of Cups in the traditional tarot deck, there are three cups that are spilled over, and the person has their back to the two that remain standing. But look at how quickly the universe replaced those three cups, Scorpio. So right now, again, things aren't as they seem. You may be thinking that things are worse than they actually are, Scorpio. And if there is a moment where things seem to be falling apart, Scorpio, it's only because better things are going to be put in their place, Scorpio. So, I mean, I love this. To me, this is beautiful. This is okay. These three cups spilled over, and boom, here go three more cups, Scorpio. So nothing is ever lost, nothing is ever lost. um and here we have this says prosperity begins. This is the Ace of Wands in the traditional tarot, Scorpio, and it is in the reverse. So Scorpio, you may not be feeling inspired right now, Scorpio. You may not be feeling abundant or prosperous right now, Scorpio. And that might be what the universe really wants you to work on, is to remain in a vibration of abundance, to remain inspired, to remain adventurous, because nothing is ever lost forever. So you're really being called to be patient right now, Scorpio. Again, the universe is always testing us. Scorpio, stand in your power. you know um, don't be weakened by despair. Don't be weakened by being impatient, because that's what can happen. When we get so caught up in what we think we don't have, that weakens us. That we lose strength, we lose our power, Scorpio. And here we have material harvest. So, this is the Nine of Pentacles. Good things are coming. Good tidings are coming, Scorpio. You just hang in there. Um, so if you're concerned about money, this too shall pass. Okay. One more card, Scorpio, and then, one more card. Base chakra, Scorpio. Scorpio, you may need to there may be a need for self-love right now, Scorpio. So be kind to yourself, pamper yourself a little bit. Get your nails done, get your hair done, maybe, go shopping, buy yourself a gift. Fulfill your basic needs right now, Scorpio. Eat your favorite meal, get some sleep, get some rest. Also exercise, work out. Your most basic necessities, Scorpio, you may need to start there today, because that seems to be where you're blocked right now, where you're feeling a little bit down, a little bit low, is that you kind of feel like the everyday mundane things are starting to feel meaningless to you. So you may need to give them a boost, right? And just enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Scorpio, if this reading resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps the algorithm detect my channel and, have my videos appear in your algorithm, and as an item, as an option to watch them, Scorpio. So, anything you can do to help the channel grow and to be able to continue to interact with me, I really appreciate it. This is Divine Nudges. Listen to your intuition. Be motivated. Be inspired, Scorpio. You are awesome. Don't forget it. Thank you.